Welcome to another session of Snacktime Snippets here. I'm Mark Lahart from Extivia, and with me today is Paul Skirpsky. And today we're going to be showing some capabilities within our GovCon365 application. This is an app that's available on Microsoft's App Source, and it's an app that's designed to help improve the efficiencies and workflows here for government contractors, as well as to bring in compliance. So in today's snippet, we're going to be talking about how to manage bombs in Business Central. And some of these capabilities and advantages will be around how you can support multi-level bombs and the ability to track serial, lot number, expiration dates for finished goods. They can include things such as sub-assemblies and componentry as well. And the uniqueness here, based on some contract manufacturers needing the ability to work with PLM systems. So we have integration capabilities from other apps that are available to work with, say, SolidWorks or Altium here, where you're developing your bombs and need to bring that back into the Business Central application. So with that, Paul, I'll kick this over to you and we'll see some capabilities.
All right, fantastic. Thanks, Mark, and welcome to everybody joining us. I'm going to talk a little bit about the product design side of Dynamics. Cloud-based solution, and with our GovCon365 app, we're going to allow you to not only handle the manufacturing side, but also if you have project-based manufacturing work, it becomes a perfect solution for your business. Like Mark mentioned, we're going to talk a little bit about the multi-level bombs, as well as the ability to manage serialized lot tracking as well as expiration dates. So when I log in, you can see that, let me just remove my filter here, but the system has the ability to track both your componentry as well as sub-assemblies and finished goods. So one of the things that we showed in previous sessions is that ability to set filters. So if I wanted to set a filter to show all of my items that are finished goods, I can just filter to that production order, right, which tells me something is produced versus purchased. And let me just open up one of my items here, and we'll open up our Super 6 drone, and we'll talk about some of the capabilities regarding the bomb there. So before I jump right into the bill of material, I want to just touch on some of the general inventory capabilities. So the first thing you see is on all of your items, you can identify an image. So in this case, I've got an image of a drone. On the inventory tab, you're seeing information about how many production orders, quantity on production orders that are out there. In this case, there's 12, and I can drill in to see the detail. How many are on sales orders? What quantity do we have on hand, etc. So these are all drill downs to the detail. I'm going to skip over the costing and posting side and pricing. On the replenishment side, this is where I would identify that this particular item is produced versus purchased or assembled. And then once we identify that it's a produced item, I would say the manufacturing policy can be either make to order or make to stock. So for our clients that are building prototypes, typically it's a make to order scenario. And then I can identify the bomb associated with this finished good. In a little bit, we'll actually show you the different levels of the bomb. But before I go there, I want to talk a little bit about serial and lot tracking. As I scroll down, you can also see the flushing method on the planning side, warehousing, and on the item tracking tab, this would be the place where we let the system know, is this a serialized and or lot tracked item? And one of the things that's great is that you've got the flexibility to identify not only that serial or lot tracked, but when are those serial or lot numbers required? Because oftentimes you don't want to enter the serial number every step of the process. In this case, you could just say that I just want to enter the serial number of this finished good when I sell it. I don't want to enter it throughout the manufacturing process, just at the point that I ship it. And whether it's the finished good or sub-assemblies and components, same concept applies. As I scroll down, you'll see information about lot numbers. and it's designed the same way as the serial number setups. And then finally, information regarding expiration dates. So if you have any components that they need to be used by a certain date, and this is often the case when you're doing work with the federal government, or if you're doing work that's in the pharma space, those expiration dates become critical. So, just a nice, simple way to manage it, and then making it so it's not burdensome by allowing you to enter that serial or lot number only at a specific point. And it can certainly be all the time if needed. So now we've got this item that we're going to build, and you want to see from the general item, what does that structure look like? So as I scroll up, you'll see tabs across the top, and I won't go through each one, but the one I want to touch on is the related tab. So on the related tab, I can see information about availability. If I need to make this, when would it be available? If it's something I purchase, who is the vendor I purchase it from, and what's the lead time? The place I wanted to go is the BOM, in this case, the structure. So when I look at the BOM structure, it's going to build the BOM tree for me. You can see the top level of this item. And then as I scroll down, you'll see components that are related to it. In this case, a subassembly. You can see that's a produced item. I've got a quantity of 1. You're also seeing the quantities per parent. And then what makes up that subassembly. So, whether you're going 2 levels down, 3 levels down, 6 levels down, all of those are not a problem. And then finally, if you had work centers associated with that produced item, you would see, what are the work centers, and if there is a projected amount of time it takes to build this subassembly or component, you would see the projected number of minutes or hours associated with that. So that gives you a little idea of the structure. Then finally, I'm just going to take you over to the BOM to show you, the design of that BOM, what it looks like. So we'll go ahead and open up the BOM, and we'll say edit here. And when I look at the actual BOM, one of the things that Mark mentioned was that ability to integrate with your PLM system or an eBOM system, so we can get a feed in from those products and actually build the BOM. But you can certainly build the BOM right inside of Dynamics, and you'll see all of the, like I mentioned, those componentries and subassemblies. They can both be a Phantom or a subassembly built as a single layer on that production item. And then up in the top level of the BOM, you're seeing information about units of measure related to it. And then as you're building a BOM, you have the ability to not only create new BOMs, right? So once I start that process, it would be under a new phase. When it's certified, that means that I can actually produce against it. Anything that's in new or under development, we're not going to be able to produce a finished good against that. So it's got some controls in place around that, and also managing versioning. So today's Snacktime Snippet gives you a little bit of insight into managing BOMs in the system, and Mark talked about some of those great benefits, like serialize, lot tracking. We talked about multi-levels of the BOM. And if you check out our YouTube channel, we're going to also have some future little snippets around integration with some of those PLM systems that Mark talked about. So again, thanks for joining us today on our Snacktime Snippets regarding bill of materials for government contractors. And we look forward to you joining at another session.